Welcome back, dear Kindred. Your interest and support for our first devlog have humbled us once again. It has been an absolute joy to see everyone's enthusiasm, requests, and critique. As we continue to work on Orphans of Caine, we do so with consideration for your feedback. As always, we thank you for your support, and we hope today's update is exciting, as it is quite the substantial one. We begin by discussing base gameplay. As a visual novel, we primarily rely on storytelling and the choices you will be able to make throughout said story. Your options will vary depending on many factors. Let us start at the core of our systems. Regular player choices offer a variety of responses, allowing you to play with your kindred's personality. Your dialogue choices allow you to either commit to a personality from the start, or to allow circumstances and new experiences to change their outlook and their disposition. Regardless of what you choose, we want this story to have consistency in what it can offer to you and your desired role. Players who choose to be kind and considerate should be able to maintain that personality if they want to. At the same time, even a saint may become more jaded or violent as the story unfolds. By all means, forge them into a cold-blooded Cainite as you so please. After regular dialogue, the most common types of interactions you will find are your skill checks. Like in traditional World of Darkness play, active checks will see you perform a dice roll, whereas passive ones will play out automatically. Succeeding or failing will depend on the variables the check is testing for. Successful passive rolls will often provide extra insight into locations or people you come across, and in some cases, depending on your character's background, can even bring forward a lead or a memory you may or may not wish to pursue. As for active dice rolls, they are quite straightforward. They will either check for a single skill or attribute, or a combination of two. Failing a check is not the end. Usually. Though some characters will take your attempts at manipulation, deception, or violence with varying degrees of hostility. Speaking of people who don't take things well, this is Alex. He is a Ventru of the Camarilla, and he hates your guts. You are not alone in this predicament. He hates many things. He hates the Anarchs. He hates the Sabbat. His neighbors, half of the local Camarilla court, you get the idea. And now he is quite mad at you, it seems. Your actions won't just affect how others treat you. If they have a high standing in their faction, you can expect to lose favor with them also, just not to the same degree. For example, we have lost quite a few points with Alex here, cleaned his fancy shoes for him, and lost a small amount of reputation with the Camarilla. Not just because of our hostility towards their agent, but because we chose such a poor moment to test his patience. Alex wants you to stay put until the hunter threat has passed. As he helpfully put, this isn't just about us, it's about everyone's safety. Our disregard for his words, and thus for the decree issued by the Camarilla, has now affected our standing with the faction negatively. He's sure to tell them all about it after all. Clans and character backgrounds will also affect certain interactions. They will offer things ranging from extra dialogue to extra items, information, and even meeting characters unique to your history. For example, talking with Lucy will proceed quite differently depending on your background. A lifelong drifter already knows her, while any other variation of the player character shall not. Friendly faces are few and far between in the World of Darkness. Keep in touch with those who show you kindness. Discipline use will require vitae, as will thin blood alchemy. Their use, along with feeding opportunities and the map and quests, will be discussed later in more depth. However, we wanted to mention these mechanics here, as feeding opportunities will be varied and your approach to them will be defined by your character build. Next, You will have to steel yourself against 3 types of frenzy: hunger, rage, and roach wreck. If you fail to restrain yourself, consequences might just catch up to you later. But riding the waves, so to speak, can also be quite satisfying and lead to interesting results. Your humanity and the integrity of the Masquerade always hang in the balance. Your level of humanity and the state of the Masquerade will alter dialogue and affect your interactions, as well as certain events that you may or may not have brought upon yourself. Your roles, feeding opportunities, and discipline use will be labeled accordingly, so you know what you're getting yourself into before you select the option. Your romantic lines will be labeled as well, but they won't always lead you where you want them to go, or at least not somewhere long-term. It is possible to come on too strong after all, and your success won't be guaranteed by just selecting the labeled lines. All NPCs have their own disposition, and some will be more receptive to your advances than others. You'll get him next time, fledgling. Speaking of romances, it was crucial to us to allow friendships and alliances to flourish without them. You will always have the option to be kind or cruel to characters in this world, and it is our top priority for the friendships, romances, and rivalries you forge in Orphans of Caine to be meaningful. We'll dive more in depth into these systems of interactions when next we meet. All of these interactions will be present throughout the game and will diversify your journey through the story of Orphans of Caine. When next we meet, we will delve deeper into clan specifics, such as disciplines and banes, how they will work with Thin Bloods and with Thin Blood alchemy. We'll show off the alchemy system itself, as well as discuss hunger, blood management, and feeding. Thank you for being with us on this journey and for believing in our work. And until next we meet, Vampire. Next, you must steel yourself against 3 kinds of frenzy: hunger, rage. Stop. How the heckety heck am I meant to pronounce this one here? Rochtrek. Gesundheit. Rochester. Ah. Hunger, rage, and fire. Oh yes. Oh yes. Fire. It's called fire now. We're just using fire. Moving on.